You know, on any given day, we'll cook anywhere between 80 and 100 briskets here at Slaps Barbecue, which means every single day I have 80 chances to perfect something. The more you get to experience those different types of product, the better you are on the competition side. I'm really good at what I do because I've cooked 100,000 briskets in my life. All kind of hickory and oak from southern Missouri. We have the Kansas City, Kansas Wyandotte dog selection that usually come down and beg for some scraps. There's a saying, you can take the dog out of the dot, which is Wyandotte County, but you can't take the Wyandotte out of the dog. So, but, oh, here we get some good stuff. For competition, we kind of take stuff to like the 185 to 205 number, just depending on if we're cooking leg quarters, legs, or thighs. And so we kind of get these guys to kind of the 185 number, and they're getting close. They're almost there. So we're gonna, some of them are further along than others, but that's why we have the thermopins. We can check them and pull them off, and when each one is done, and we'll have our guys in the morning sit here and check every single one of these, and when they're done, they're done, and when they're not, they're not. But that's why these things come in super handy. I don't ever see myself not using a thermometer. If you want to call it a crutch, that's fine. I think maybe if I was only cooking steaks to medium rare and I was doing it 1,000 times a day, maybe I don't need a thermometer at that point. But you know, briskets are, and pork and ribs and chicken, they're all unique, right? And the elevation happens, humidity happens, time of the year happens, temperature happens. So there's so many factors that go into knowing exactly what that temperature needs to be to give you kind of this ballpark of when you think it's done. And if somebody can do that without a thermometer, you know, more power to them, but I'm not gonna ever be one of those guys. I'm always gonna have a thermopin in my pocket when I'm cooking barbecue. They're accurate, they're fast, they're durable. Our smokers are outside, so it could be raining, snowing, sleeting, hailing, windy, dry, hot. It doesn't matter what it is, those thermopins function great, and that's why we use those products at the restaurant. Something like this that I can just have sent to our phone or my manager's phone and get updates on periodically throughout the day is 100% what I'm looking for. And you know, we've had a walk-in go down, we've had this one go down, we've had the other one go down, losing, you know, we probably have $100,000 worth of meat in here at any given time. You know what I mean? That's an insurance thing we got to do when these go down. So this will stop that from happening, and we get to see how hot it is outside and how cool it is inside. That's absolutely perfect. Those are running. We got them right next to each other, and they're 0.1 degree off. So that's the kind of accuracy we're looking for in our type of thermometer. So it's like literally this and like the wheel. Those are like the two modern marvels of technology. And then back here, this is all pork that has already come off the smoker for the day. So this will get wrapped up, processed, and I'm gonna take a little. Pretty good. We have a bunch of catering going out this weekend because it's the American Royal. So I bet half of this is probably for the restaurant. Half of it's probably for catering. This is our biggest competition in the world. This is our major tournament that we have for barbecue. It's the American Royal World Series of Barbecue. There's actually two contests. There's the World Series Invitational and the World Series Open. So we're cooking two contests in one weekend, which is always hard to do. To say I'm inundated with ThermoWorks products in my trailers is an understatement. We use chef alarms, we use ThermoWorks thermometers, and but we will start with absolutely the best meat. I will weigh every single piece of meat out. I will make sure every piece of meat is the exact same temperature before it goes on the smoker, so raw. And then while I'm cooking it, I make sure that it maintains temperature through the entire time. What I like seeing is on like a chef alarm, it says 209.5, right? And then I take my thermopin, I put it in, and it also says 209.5. So knowing that those are identical really, really helps us being able to do what we want to do. And nowadays, I've cooked so much, I go by feel and I go by temp. Just brisket flats. They've been cooking for about 4.5, 5 hours. And do the feel test. Feels perfect. Take my thermopin here. Not really looking for a temp. I'm looking for juice to come out, right? And sucker is donesy. Nice and soft. I want to see it start breaking under my finger a little bit down here. Uh-oh! That's too good for this contest. Into the Cambro. Big meats are done. Now we just got to focus on the little guys. Mike, I'll need that thermopin behind you. I want to see some skin splits, but not all of them. I can fix that on the cutting board. I'm feeling as I dunk these in these sauce here, they feel pretty good. So competition barbecue is blind box judging. So we cook chicken, for example. We'll take the 6 best pieces of chicken that we have, put them in a box, and we'll walk them to a turn-in, and then they get judged blindly. The judges don't know whose food is who. They'll open it up, they'll judge on taste, tenderness, and appearance, and if they like it, they'll give us a 9, which is the best score we can get. If they don't like us, they'll give us something lower than a 9. So the goal is to get 3 9s, get a perfect score from each judge, and hopefully get enough to get a call at the American Royal. So, good luck, boys. Little finishing sauce on here. I'm just gonna put this on the bottom and the side, so when a judge takes a bite of it, the first thing they get is the sauce and then the chicken. Now the fun part begins. Takes a lot for one judge to take one bite of one thing. Some people call it crazy. Last check. Closing the box. Into the carrier. Good luck. And he's gone. What I love about ThermoWorks is just their attention to detail and how they put their products together and the amount of information those products give you. You know, having those products that are completely accurate across all the board, from the chef alarms, the thermopops, the thermopins, to the smokes, to the temp probes that we use for steak cook-offs. You know, it's very nice to have them identical across the board.